and you've been fantasizing about them a lot. And you've got yourself into these habits, okay, like overanalyzing the messages, looking for updates on their social media profiles, living in this sort of fantasy land, essentially, okay, about them. And it's all been happening in your brain, okay, because especially if this is someone who you didn't even go out on a date with, and just someone who you liked from afar, like say it was like a co-worker or someone that you went to school with, you know, you don't really even... So one of the ways that I help people with this situation is you didn't know them. Yeah, you knew them at work, maybe you knew a few things about them, but because you weren't together and you weren't living together, you don't really know what this person is actually like. You've just built them up in your head and you've looked at their potential. You haven't... and because you haven't spent that real world time with them, where you could notice their habits, because more than likely, because it's very likely that if you two had actually gotten together, the fantasy would have, the veil would have been lifted. The fantasy would have faded away eventually, because you would have got to know this person properly, right? You'd be able to have seen that maybe they was really bad with money, because if you live together, you'd be able to see these things. Maybe they were a slob, perhaps you're a tidy person, and they would have got things really, really messy. And these things would have slowly made them not out to be what you've built them up in your head. So that's what you got to remember if you're a person out there that is finding it hard to let go of someone you've never actually been in a relationship with. It's likely that this person would have really pissed you off at some point, okay?